From the Owens Center in Peoria, Illinois, we welcome you to this presentation of the Bradley Hockey Network. Tonight, the Bradley Braves return to the ice. The D3 team, that is, returns to the ice for the first time since 2020 as they host the Butler Bulldogs. Alongside Brandon Luisi, I'm Matt Harrington. And Brandon, it's been a long time. I just mentioned it, January of 2020 since Bradley D3 has played here at the Owens Center. And boy, are they excited to be back here tonight.
Yeah, and so am I. I'm so excited to join the broadcast booth with you and really excited to watch this great matchup between Bradley and Butler tonight.
Well, this is certainly going to be a fun matchup indeed, and I want to look at a few of the quick facts for these teams. And when you look at Bradley, we mentioned the January 25th, 2020 game against Illinois State. That was the last time that they played here. That was 594 days ago, almost 600 days. But they do return their leading scorer from that season, Aaron Goldstein, who put up 41 points in 29 games played. That's going to be exciting for them to have Aaron Goldstein back.
Yeah, he's going to be a big presence on this team. I really expect him to get a lot of point production this year for Bradley and be one of the top scorers as well.
When you look at Butler, on the other hand, head coach Eric Gentry is in his first season as the head coach. He was an assistant coach for a couple of years. He helped really rebuild this program and bring it back. He started it when he was back in school, and he graduated in 2018, so he's been a huge part of this. Now he gets his first chance as a head coach. Maybe a little nerves, but a lot of excitement for head coach Eric Gentry.
Yeah, I agree. I love how this story comes full circle on how Butler really didn't have a program, and as a player, he brought it back, and now he came full circle and is the head coach there.
Exciting for him as well. They also have 13 players, 7 sophomores and 6 different freshmen who have not played a game yet at the collegiate level. So a lot of inexperience out there tonight for Butler, and we'll see how they react to the college level.
Yeah, they're probably used to the high school level, so maybe a little bit of butterflies, a little bit of nerves, but I'm sure they're ready and just as excited as everyone else is.
Let's take a look at our keys to the game. Brandon, what did you have for us?
So first off, I got tape-to-tape passes for Butler. Really, that's one of the fundamentals. Make sure your passes are from stick to stick, no errant passes, long stretch passes down the ice. Just make it tape to tape and keep it simple. A second key I have for Butler is to cycle the puck, and it kind of has to do with one of the keys I have for Bradley about the offensive zone. Butler, they just need to cycle the puck in the offensive zone, keep the puck in the first third of their ice, and really just get some chances on net.
Well, it's going to be a fun one. Bradley and Butler, the Battle of the Bees here tonight at the Owens Center. We'll have puck drop coming up for you in just a moment. Stick with us. You're watching the Bradley Hockey Network. And we welcome you back to the Owens Center here in Peoria. Just about to get underway between Bradley and Butler, as we'll take this time to look at your starting lineups, or the starting goaltenders, rather, for each of these teams. And Brandon, for Butler, they're going to go with the junior Spencer Howie, the native of Trenton, Michigan, who's probably going to split some time this weekend, but we'll see what he offers here in his first taste of action in a long time.
Yeah, Spencer Howie, 5'10", 160, got a good frame on him. we are definitely going to see how he does for Butler rather in this game.
And then for the Bradley Braves, they're going to go with the junior as well, David Crawford. Numbers for him pretty solid last year, but again, another goalie who hasn't seen action in a long time.
Yeah, 372 GAA and an 857 save percentage. We definitely can see how he is going to be a good goalie for Bradley this year, and hopefully can shake off the dust real quick.
So those are the starting goaltenders for you tonight. And again, some of the lines for Butler that we know of, at least the top line is going to be Will Agnew on the left, Dylan Paulsell up the middle, and then Luke Bentley on the right wing side. And it looks like they'll go with Baker on the right wing for Bradley as well. So there's some of the starters for you as we're officially underway here at the Owens Center for the first time. D3 back here since January 25th of 2020. Good to have them back here at the Owens Center as they face the Butler Bulldogs. You see some of the ice mics there that we'll have in play here tonight. Puck behind the net, big hit laid back below the goal line as you hear some of the students. Look out, they score! Weird bounce in front, and Butler has strike first. It's 1-0 just like that.
Yeah, not a good start early for David Crawford here in net. However, 22 seconds in, Butler takes the 1-0 lead.
So a bit of a weird bounce there to start. And that's, if you're Butler, coming into a tough environment like that, just exactly what you need to get things going, Brandon.
Yeah, I think Butler is going to take this momentum and run with it. We'll see what Bradley has as a response.
So we'll see who gets the official scoring here in just a moment from our PA announcer, Courtney White. Another hit laid back below the goal line as it's played up the wall by the Braves. Trying to keep it in there is Nick Thews as he sends it down low for the Bulldogs. Getting physical back below the goal line. That's Rigo laying a hit as well. We're going to have a penalty coming up here against the Braves. And so already some penalty trouble here for Bradley in the first minute.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's looking like 2 minutes in the box here for the Braves. The first power play opportunity here for Butler. Let's see what they can do.
So the penalty is going to be checking from behind. It looked like Garrett Hamill will be heading to the box.
Garrett Hamill in 2019 was second on the team in penalty minutes.
It's not a good start for the Braves as Butler will get their first power play chance of this game, already up 1-0 on the goal. And again, we'll work on getting that official scoring to you here in just a moment. But nonetheless, power play chances. It's quickly sent out of the zone by the Braves. Good start to the PK. Back below the goal line, Spencer Howie. Looks like Barney on the goal there for the Bulldogs. Couldn't tell if it was Barney or Barnhart. We'll work on getting that squared away. But meanwhile, power play for Butler. 1:28 to go in that power play as it swung up the wall by Jacob Rock. Kept in, though, by the Bulldogs. At the point, that's Agnew. We'll move it back down low. Tough to see there in the corner with all the students. Agnew sends it off. Bumped off the tape there of Paulsell and kept in again by Paulsell. Good job right at the line. 1:08 to go here on this power play. Opportunity number one for Butler, ahead 1-0. And it's handled on the tape here of Brett Barnhart. Braves get it off the glass and down the zone. Good clear that time by Caleb Berger.
Yeah, one of the things Butler's doing really well in this power play is keeping the puck in their offensive zone, which is one of the keys of the game.
Up into the hands of Berger again as he throws it up the ice. Goldstein was looking for it that time. Instead, it will be cleared out through center off a couple of sticks. Aaron Goldstein right there for Bradley. He'll chop it up off the boards and out towards Howie, who mishandled it a bit. Reaching in there to make a play is Zach Daniels, another one of the newcomers to this D3 team. His shot goes through the crease and quickly moved up out ahead by Butler. Good speed and tempo to this one early, Brandon. Both teams getting physical.
Yeah, both teams getting physical. On this power play especially, not a lot of opportunities for Butler. We just saw Bradley get a shorthanded opportunity as well.
Down the ice it goes. Battle for possession back below the goal line. And now it's Popov with it as he takes a hit. Butler trying to slow it down. Whoa, big hit laid there by Bradley's number 23, Ethan Baker. Bradley's got to settle it down. They almost got a checking from behind penalty there, and they already have one in this game.
Yeah, it would have been the second of the game there for Bradley and given Butler another power play.
Big hit below the goal line. Puck pops free out towards the top of the circle, handled by Daniels, and still moving up the ice. Good tape-to-tape pass across it goes. Ethan Rich back behind the goal line for Bradley, avoids the hit there. Trying to find Baker, winds it up off the crossbar, or the post rather, for Ethan Baker that time. Could hear that one pretty clearly up here.
Yeah, it was a nice shot there. First real opportunity, 5-on-5 for Bradley there.
Butler will send into the zone, get a line change. 16-18 to go in this first period of play. A 1-0 lead on a goal by the Bulldogs 22 seconds into this hockey game. Funny bounce, and they take advantage of it. Drop back there. The intended target for Bradley was Jackson Laney. Instead, he'll go back out on defense. Back into the hands of Laney again as he moves it up the ice. Here comes Laney with speed. Nice maneuver to get around the defender, but he's drilled to the ice. Big hit. Physicality certainly ramping up here to begin this hockey game. And now the puck handled there for a moment by Gavin Mink. You might see that he's got Cooney on the back of the jersey. That's because Bradley's had some issues with getting their real jerseys in. So some of the players have had to wear some D2 numbers. So that's why you see that. That is not Trevor Cooney out there.
Definitely not. He'll be appearing on the D2 team.
Here's Halligan, the freshman out through center for Butler. Lost it for a moment and now picked up by the Braves as they look to move up the ice. Big crunching hit there as Laney takes the body. Bulldogs have it for a moment back below the goal line. Hamill throws the body into the corner as he's out of the box, or has been for a few minutes now. He took a checking from behind penalty for Bradley. Now up across center goes Barnhart, trying to find a teammate there as a couple Bradley players run into each other, and now cleared out through center as it's taken by Thews. Nick Thews for Butler, off the stick of Halligan and up into the Bradley defensive end as Caleb Berger handles it there. Berger for a moment, now taken a hold of by the Bulldogs. In front, nice pass, rebound. Crawford makes the save twice. Best saves of the game for him, but I think we're going to have a penalty interference right in front of the goal, or at least a cross check for Bradley. And so Bulldogs going back on the power play once again here, Brandon.
Yeah, still a very physical game. Seeing a couple really big hits from both teams. I think it's really key for Bradley especially to keep this game physical and force those turnovers. But unfortunately, we see the 2-minute cross-checking penalty here, and Butler is right back on the power play.
So Caleb Berger goes to the box for 2 minutes for cross-checking. He saw that right in front of the net there. And so Butler will get another chance on the power play, their second of the game. They were unsuccessful in their first, and we'll see what they do. Right off the face-off, a battle for possession at the blue line that's kept in by Nick Thews, native of Birmingham, Michigan. Junior, one of the few players on this team that does have some experience for Butler at the collegiate level. This one's going to sneak out of the zone and be handled again by Halligan. I was talking with head coach Eric Gentry earlier this week, Brandon, and he said that Evan Halligan, one of the freshmen, is going to be someone you want to keep an eye on. A lot of talent for Evan Halligan. Played in the USPHL with the Columbus Mavericks. So we've seen some good speed from him early.
Yeah, whenever you see a guy that's played in the USPHL, you definitely are going to count on him to be one of your top point producers this year and one of your biggest offensive threats.
Down low to the corner it goes. Daniels trying to grab it here as he's knocked down to the ice by Thews. Trying to extend that glove there for a moment. But now it's taken a hold of by Thews back there. Great play behind the net there by the Braves. Trying to go out front, but intercepted by the Bulldogs as they charge ahead now. 3-on-3 into the zone on the power play. Nifty maneuvers there by Bentley as he gets it to the front of the net and swung to the other side. Here's Bentley along the left wing side. Throws it back down and around for number 27, Alex Kemp. Butler had some number issues as well, so Kemp number 27 tonight for Butler. Big drive from the point. Crawford able to make the save. No rebound as we get a little pushing and shoving here. Emotions running high early in this one, Brandon.
Yeah, you'd love to see the little extracurricular activities at the front of the net after a nice save there from Crawford. But I'd like to go back and just talk about some big saves made by David Crawford early after giving up that first goal. Sometimes you see the goalie get a little bit rattled after allowing a little bit of a weird bounce goal. But Bradley has done a great job so far of killing off the penalties and getting some opportunities in the offensive zone.
31 seconds to go on that power play for Butler. Chopped at and now sent over. Handled for a moment by the Bulldogs. That's Sam Smith at the point. Now a tough angle shot. Crawford right there to make the save. 18 seconds to go on the power play for Butler.
Another opportunity for Butler late in the power play. They're seeing to generate some opportunities, but Bradley is looking to kill the last bit of this power play for Butler off.
Off the face-off, a tie up there. Whitelaw trying to scramble and grab it. Tries to go to the front, but unable to get it out. Here's Smith at the left point. Move it down low. And now taken a hold of here by the Bulldogs. Chance in front. Crawford makes the save. Big chance and a better save. That was Logan Bain right in front. Now down low, Butler handling it. Bradley back at full strength now. Off of Honda. Good block by him to at least move it up. And now Gavin Menk charging up ahead. Into the offensive zone for Bradley. He's outnumbered. Rest of his teammates making a line change here as it goes out in front. Now back in front of the Bradley goals. You hear some of the ice microphone sounds picked up right in front of the bench. Moving it down low is Luke Pullum for Bradley. And pushed out ahead by the Bulldogs. Here they come. 11:52 to go in the first period. They lead at 1-0. Paul Sell. That's going to deflect out of play, or it looks like Crawford actually did get a piece of it. Made the glove save.
Yeah, flash in the leather early there from Crawford. Nice save on a one-man rush essentially there from the Bulldogs.
Another tie-up off the face-off. That's taken into the hands of the Braves as they move out through center. Ethan Rich moving it ahead here for Luke Pullum. Pullum had that puck stripped away from him. Banked off the boards. Bulldogs exit with center. The intended pass for Bentley, that misses the mark, so Bradley will have to regroup here. Story of the game so far has been that early goal from Butler as they look for more here. Great defensive effort there by the Braves. Another chance rolling around in front. Move to the line, and that will just be kept in by the Bulldogs' number 3, Nathan Barney, and he is the lone goal scorer of this hockey game for the Bulldogs. Again, that came 22 seconds into this game. Bradley moving up out of the zone now. Big hit late along the wall by Aaron Goldstein and taken a hold of by Daniels. In the wickets of Baker for a moment. And Halligan will play it here as he comes across the line. Avoids most of that hit from Daniels and now up out through center. Back defensively is Barney for Butler. And taken a hold of by Mitch Riegel here as he'll bump it up the boards. Gave it away though. Riegel trying to get back defensively. And Bradley sends it up off the glove and up out through center. Here comes Goldstein now into the zone. He's got Baker with him on the right wing side. Baker into the corner. Weird bounce goes right into the hands of Brett Barnhart. Barnhart a scramble for possession. Back into the hands of Bradley's Mitch Riegel, who will move it over. Good moves out through center. Here comes Johnny Whitelaw into the zone. Scoop to the corner by Howie. We've hit the halfway mark of this first period of play. Exactly halfway, 10 minutes to go in period number 1, and we remain 1-0.
Yeah, Butler's really dictating the pace of this game, I'm noticing. A lot of the time is being spent in the Butler offensive zone. Butler has had control of the puck, and when Bradley's had control, they've only had 1-2 shots on net, not a lot of time in the zone.
Off the draw, that one's going to go through the wickets of Whitelaw as he has to scramble back and was just able to get a piece of it offside there for Butler. Good idea, but instead that's Keegan Dones that is offsides.
Yeah, Bradley's having trouble keeping the puck in the zone, just at the line. Passes back to the line or going through the skates, going left, right, up, and down, really, back to center ice.
This will be the first of 2 games we broadcast here between these 2 teams this weekend. Tomorrow we'll have game number 2. You'll be back on the call for that one, Brandon, at 1 p.m. here at the Owens Center. So I'm sure there'll be some high emotions as well in that one, as we've seen throughout the first half of this first period. Here's a chance for Popov, throws it to the net, and that's turned aside by Crawford. Tough angle for him there. Another short side bid is denied. Back from the point, Crawford making the save as there's an extra shove in front of Crawford.
Yeah, I think early in the game we knew this was going to be physical, and we're going to see a lot of those extra shoves that kind of go not crossing the line, but the refs definitely won't call it. They'll let the boys play, as they say.
Let the boys play indeed. 9:25 to go in the first. Butler still maintaining that 1-0 advantage on the goal from Nathan Barney. Down it goes for the Bulldogs. Pinching in there to make the play is number 10, Dylan Paulsell, working behind the goal line. Outnumbered, pinned up along the wall there by Jacob Rock. Another teammate in to help him out as well. Up it goes. Ahead now for Pullum. Long pass. Just missed the mark. And Laney will have to play here for the Braves as he absorbs a hit down below the goal line. Now here's Bentley. And up ahead for the Bulldogs as they come across the line now. Here's Agnew. Stuffed up a bit, but right into the hands of a teammate. Another tough angle is denied by Crawford. Sweeped up out of there by the Braves and banked up. The long pass is going to go too far, so we'll have an icing here against Bradley. 8:33 to go in the first.
Yeah, those stretch passes are really what's important. We saw a stretch pass attempted, and we would have had Laney, I believe it was, on a breakaway there, but unfortunately just evaded his stick.
Well, we're certainly seeing a lot of new additions for both of these teams. Of course, neither of them played last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And I was talking with head coach Eric Gentry earlier this week, and one of the important things that he's told me that he stressed to his players is getting back into that hockey shape, a difference between just regular shape and hockey shape. But it looks like Butler hasn't missed a beat. They've been right on it from the start.
Yeah, it's been just as long for Butler as it has Bradley since they played their last game, but they haven't missed a stride. They came out ready to play, and it resulted in a goal 22 seconds into the game.
They have certainly been the better team so far in this one, and we'll have another icing against the Braves, so another offensive zone draw as well for the Bulldogs. Chance out in front. Crawford had the pad down right away as the Bulldogs looking for goal number 2. Jostling for possession there is Pullum along the boards for Bradley. Good keep at the line there by the Bulldogs. That's sent in deep by Popov. Now a big one-timer. They score! What a shot there from the Bulldogs. Alex Kem, who gets the goal. It's 2-0 Butler.
Yeah, a little bit of a defensive lapse there for Bradley. They let Alex Kem get into the slot, and the passing lane was wide open. Alex Kem just absolutely fired one. Blocker side on Crawford there, and now it's 2-0 Butler.
Well, they have set the tone early, so Kem gets the goal. That's a big one here at this point in the first period, Brandon. If you're Bradley, you don't want to fall too far behind here early on.
No, the momentum is definitely staying in Butler's favor, but Bradley really needs to get some time in the offensive zone and change this momentum really quick. So, again, Kem on the goal. Here's another chance for Butler. That's sent wide. Another try in front is deflected just wide. The visiting Bulldogs making their mark here early in this first period. 2-0 the score on goals from Barney and Kemp. Bradley, meanwhile, trying to get this puck out of the zone as it's moved up the ice. Banked to the wall as it's handled now by Baker. He'll spin it up the boards, but gave it away. Back below the goal line, it will go now for Cornell. And sent up the wall for Goldstein. And now up the ice. Now handled by Popov. Another chance in front. They score! How about that? The Bulldogs strike again. It's 3-0 as he gives a wave to the student section. Yeah, a little bit of taunting, a little bit of emotion coming there from Butler as they score their third in 13 minutes. A nice shot there. Just kept in at the line. Bradley was unable to clear, and it results in the biscuit going into the basket.
Well, that's number 18. I originally had that as Rory Nutkovich, and I believe that's still correct. Or actually, Logan Bain. I'm sorry, that is Logan Bain that's on the goal for Butler. So Logan Bain getting in on the goal scoring action here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we thought with David Crawford making some really nice saves after allowing that first goal that he was getting back into it. but definitely the Bradley defense needs to step up, cover those passing lanes, cover the slot, and help their goalie out.
Scoring for the Bulldogs, number 18, Logan Bain.
Well, Agnew back behind the net. That puck came loose. Back to the line it goes. Around the outside.
Nicholas Popov. Time of goal, 6 minutes and 52 seconds. Bain from Popov at 6 minutes and 52 seconds.
So Popov getting the only assist on that goal from Logan Bain. And now it'll be handled here by Butler again. That pass missed the mark. Bentley the intended target. A rare missed pass for Butler. Haven't had many of those so far tonight.
Yeah, no, one of the keys of the game, tape-to-tape passes for Butler, and they have shown that they are able to do that early in this game.
To the line it goes, but not out. Now Bradley will bank it up ahead. Here comes Riondo. Haven't seen a ton of him so far tonight. He'll send it deep. And down low it goes again for the Bulldogs. Corralled along the wall and sent up. Perfect pass. Here's a chance for the Bulldogs. Saved by Crawford. Rebound second time. Another save as that puck is finally cleared by the Braves. What a sequence by David Crawford. Now another chance for the Bulldogs. That's thwarted by Whitelaw and sent out. But my goodness, David Crawford making some key saves there.
Butler with another chance, this time on a breakaway. David Crawford stoning Butler twice.
Bradley handles that puck as they send it into the zone. 5:24 to go in the first. It's all Butler so far, 3-0. Here's a chance in front. Daniels trying to get that puck on his stick. Can't do so, and now sent out of the zone. Scrambling back to get it is Gousset now for Bradley. A giveaway back behind the net. Can't have that happen as Crawford was right there to make the wraparound save. Now up to the line and finally moved out by Bradley. Here comes Baker with speed. Trying to find it in the wickets, didn't know where it was. Daniels there to help him out. Baker crunched up along the boards as you hear our ice mic picking up some of that action. Now it goes for Baker. Nifty moves there. Trying to send it deep as he takes the hit. Pull him in the corner for Bradley. Wearing Ryan Spence's jersey, number 54 tonight for the Braves.
Spence, another name we'll see in the D2 games as well. That starts September 24th.
Looking forward to that. Should be a fun season for the D2 team. They'll open up their season next weekend at Iowa. Then they'll come back here on the Owens Center, as you mentioned, the 24th. Here's a quick shot. That's stopped by Crawford. Just got a piece of it behind the net. Follow-up try. The pads down by Crawford again, and finally blown dead by the officials. Good sequence, though, by the Bulldogs in front.
Yet again, more opportunities coming for the Butler Bulldogs here. However, we're seeing that physical presence from both teams again as a couple bodies were laying in front of David Crawford there.
Good saves by him, keeping this game 3-0. And no doubt, even though he's given up 3 goals, he has had to make some big saves because, quite frankly, this could be 5-6-0.
Yeah, easily you could say that. And you could even say, you know, if you're making the argument, Spencer Howey's been the better goalie, well, he hasn't had to face as many shots as David Crawford.
Another good save there by Crawford. Under 4 to play in the first. 3-0 Bulldogs lead here at the Owens Center. Berger picking it up behind the goal line now for the Braves. Long shot deflects right in on Crawford. Popov wanted the rebound, but instead it's held by Crawford. Now Berger giving some shoves after the whistle here, and you have to be careful. If you're both these teams, you don't want to get any extra penalties. Berger's already been to the box once tonight.
Yeah, it would not be beneficial for Bradley here to get another penalty and get more opportunities for the Butler Bulldogs, who are dictating the pace of this game.
So we'll see how Bradley responds. After that, they'll get a fresh set of lines out now. Off the draw, Jared Honda can't win it. Big windup from the point. That's blocked. Cameron Duranic on the shot attempt. A good block there by the Braves. Now back below the goal line, this is Thews. He'll handle it for Butler as he strides into the zone. Great work all the way. Here's Thews. Shot scores! Nick Thews all the way up the ice, and he scores to make it 4-0 Bulldogs.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mitch Regal there was unable to get that check lined up, and Thews sped right past him and made it 4-0.
Well, that's a tough break for the Bradley Braves, who now are at 4-0. And you maybe think, do we see Braden Wickline, the backup goaltender for the Braves, coming up? It looks like they're going to keep Crawford out there. Not like Crawford's played bad, but sometimes all you need is that little spark to ignite a change.
Yeah, definitely. Bradley needs to do something here to change the momentum. As I was saying, get some time in the offensive zone and possession of the puck as well. If you do that, I'm sure you'll get some shots on net and good things will happen.
There's a chance for Bradley. That's fanned on, and it will go out towards the center of the ice. Here's Bentley trying to claw his way into the offensive zone with under 3 minutes to play. Up to the point it goes. Nutkovich across, glove save Crawford, and that'll stop the clock with 2:47.
Yeah, Bradley was a little bit late on their rotation there and allowed, I believe it was Nutkovich, to risk that on net, but he was able to move in 5-10 feet and get a better shot and a harder shot in on David Crawford.
Well, this has certainly not been the way that Bradley anticipated things going here tonight, but still a lot of time left. Still got 2 whole periods plus 2:47 to go in the first here. Off the draw. At the line, that's pushed out of there by Zach Daniels and taken a hold of by the Bulldogs, who have been making some noise here, and they got a pretty good road crowd as well here that made the trip from Indianapolis, so good to see them have some good fans out here. Big hit, meanwhile, down in the corner, and I think we're going to have a penalty coming up. And oh boy, things getting out of hand here quick, boy.
Yeah, Andrew Goldstein just took a really hard cross check to the back there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 2 minutes on Butler here, maybe 2 minutes as well, or more even on Bradley as well.
Absolute mayhem here at the Owens Center, and we're going to have some penalties certainly coming as a result of this, and we'll get everything from the officials. Goldstein is going to the box for Bradley, and Brandon, at this point, it's just frustration starting to boil over for both of these teams, but especially Bradley down 4-0.
Yeah, I think the message in the intermission has to really be control your emotions and keep it under control a little bit here. Refs are huddling right now. It looks like Goldstein's the only one in the box right now. I don't know if we're going to see anyone else go into the box here.
Well, we'll get the word in a second, and the nice thing is we have that ice mic that's right up close to the referees, so we'll let them do their talking, and then when they read it all to the scorers table. Right now there's 2 penalties against Bradley up on the board at 2 minutes each. So, of course, there's the original penalty, which I assume is against Goldstein. And then we're going to have probably a roughing of some sort, you'd think, for Bradley. And I'm sure we'll also get a Butler penalty out of this as well.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to see penalties on both sides, offsetting roughing penalties probably, but the primary penalty here is going to be on Andrew Goldstein for sure.
Yeah, we'll see if Aaron Goldstein gets a more than just the 2 minutes. And I would think with everything that happened, we're probably going to have some misconducts here as well.
You could definitely see some misconducts. With the officials still being huddled up, they are taking a nice long time to try and get this sorted out and maybe get these emotions controlled.
Well, there's a lot to break down, really. And the problem is you have all the action in the corner with the students jumping up and down, and you just couldn't really see what was going on there, unfortunately. That's one of the blind spots, so to say, that we have with all these students here.
Yeah, the only thing I saw was as Goldstein was starting to skate away, he took a cross-check straight to the back. I would be shocked if we didn't see a 2-minute cross-checking penalty or 2-minute roughing penalty on Bradley here. As we look at the scoreboard, where I'm only seeing the 2-minute penalty on Bradley's side, so we might only get 2 minutes here on Goldstein.
We'll see. And Honda and looks like Mora talking with the officials right now, and we'll make sure we can hear those officials when they give the scores, or the penalties rather, to our scoring table.
And here we are.
Let's see if we can maybe turn them up a bit. But certainly you'd think that we'd get more than just the 1 penalty. I mean, that was fist flying, so to speak.
Yeah,
quite literally.
You saw sticks on the ice. You saw equipment all over the place. I'm sure the officials are telling Honda and Mora there that, you know, control your guys. Make sure your emotions stay under control. We can't have this going on. Goldstein going palms up here on the officials as he's overhearing the conversation they're having with Honda and Mora. it'll be really interesting to see. I see a Butler player going to the box there. I believe that's Alex Kem going to the box, one of the goal scorers there for Bradley,
All right.
for Butler rather.
Let's get the official word from the
27 blue with a rough. 91 has a 5-minute fight, 5 minutes for fighting and a DQ, and then another rough. So 91 on white has a total of 7 minutes, but it needs to be 3 different lines. 5 for the fight for 91 white.
So Aaron Goldstein
then
is
a
done.
DQ on the next line for 91. DQ. Okay, and then 91 again for the 2 minutes for roughing.
All right, so Aaron Goldstein is done for the game. He's been ejected for the fight. He gets a fighting
27
penalty.
blue for a rough.
Well, this is interesting to see here. We were talking in the pregame about Aaron
So then
Goldstein.
for the clock, it needs to say 5 minutes on Bradley, and underneath that needs to say 2 minutes for Bradley, and they need to have 2 on that side, so we're going to play 4 on 3.
Okay, so we're going to have 4 on 3. That's going to be a major penalty against Aaron Goldstein. That's why he was ejected. Then you'll have the 2 roughing minors as well. One of them assessed, as you mentioned, to Alex Kemp.
Yeah, Goldstein.
97 white's going to serve the 2 minute, the other guy's going to serve the 5. So at 2 minutes, 97 needs to come out and 27 needs to come out.
All right, so Ethan Rich is going to be serving the 2-minute minor that was assessed to Goldstein. That was the original penalty that we had. And then we'll have someone also serving that 5-minute major penalty as well because he's back in the locker room now. He's been ejected from the game.
Yeah, I think you can look at this 2 ways. The first way for Butler is Aaron Goldstein is the primary point producer for Bradley. Now with him gone and a 4-0 stranglehold, this is something that Butler looks at and says, well, now we really have momentum, and Bradley has to come up with another way to score a goal. However, with the fighting penalty that Goldstein got, that could charge up the bench of Bradley and spark some offense.
I should mention as well that if you're new to club hockey, even though there tends to be a lot of minor penalties and such, a fighting major is extremely rare. We don't see that very often. And so because of that, I believe Goldstein will not be eligible to play in tomorrow's game either, but I'll work on getting that confirmed. But nonetheless, a big loss for the Bradley Braves here tonight, Brandon, as Aaron Goldstein will not return.
Yeah, definitely not ideal for the Braves in their attempted comeback right now with 4-0. Like you said, we are playing 4-on-3 hockey right now.
So on the clock, it's 4 on 3 for 1:30. Butler with 4, Bradley with 3. Cross it goes as they play catch at the line. This is handled by Agnew. He'll bump it back down low and back up to Agnew. Top of the circle, Agnew gets it back. Playing catch here with Paulsell. Good save by Crawford as he just got enough of it. Now down low, Crawford, tough angle, able to fight it off from Luke Bentley. 1:09 to go on the 4-on-3 here for Butler, as they lead it 4-0 and wanting more. Big drive from the point. Slow roller. Actually, it was a broken stick for Butler. In front, that rebound goes to the line. Penalty coming up here. This is going to be against Butler. A break for Bradley. And we're going to have some very rare 3-on-3 action for 54 seconds.
What is this? NHL overtimes in the regular season? 3-on-3 hockey. It's going to be very interesting to see how these teams adapt to the 3-on-3. What are their strategies to get some pucks toward the net, defensive-wise? It's going to be very interesting to see.
Let's see the penalty here.
10 blue interference.
All right, so the penalty is going to be on Dylan Paulsell for interference. So that wipes out the 54 seconds that Butler had of 4-on-3. So here we go, 3-on-3. We don't see this very often.
And I think a key thing to point out here for Bradley is the draw is in the offensive zone. You need to win this, and you need to control it and cycle the puck to get some opportunities going.
So we'll have 3-on-3 for 53 seconds, and then we'll go to 4-on-4. So down low, Butler will move this out of the zone. That's past the intended target of Halligan and into the hands of Baker.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute remaining in the period.
1 minute remaining in the period, as you hear from our PA announcer, Courtney White. Down low into the corner it goes now for Baker. Baker working in the corner. Instead, that will roll to Thews, and he'll move it up the ice. Halligan waiting with him as well. And Crawford will just elect to hold it here, Brandon, with 18 seconds to go on 3-on-3.
Yeah, smart decision there by Crawford. We don't want any goalie handling mistakes here to make it 5-0. Now with the 3-on-3, like I said, Bradley won that faceoff. However, they weren't able to keep it in the zone and generate any opportunities, and there went Butler down the ice, and now we have another defensive zone draw for Bradley here.
This one won by the Braves, much needed off that draw, as they'll bank it up the ice. And for Baker, now ahead here for Zach Daniels into the zone. Daniels slows it down. 5 seconds to go on 3-on-3. And batted down. Good keep by Daniels, who works it to Baker. So now we've got 4-on-4. Here's a chance for Bradley. Scores! Jacob Rock! And the Braves are on the board. It's 4-1.
And that's the momentum changer here for the Braves. Now the key thing, keep this momentum rolling. Keep the puck in the offensive zone. Nice tape-to-tape passes there.
21-23.
Resulted in a snipe there from Jacob Rock and putting Bradley on the board.
Ethan Baker picking up the goal. That is, as you needed much mention. So we have 4-on-4 for a minute and 2 seconds, and then we'll have a Butler power play. That's the result of that Goldstein fighting major. But we'll finish out 4-on-4 here for the rest of the period unless somehow we get another penalty. Not sure what we're waiting for here, though, at center ice.
Yeah, Bradley did have 5 skaters on the ice. I don't know if there was a bit of confusion there between Bradley players and the officials, but we all got it sorted out.
So big goal there by Jacob Rock. And Bradley will hold it here for the end of the period. And that will do it. But what a start for the Butler Bulldogs, who get 4 goals to start things, and then Bradley finally getting some momentum at the end of that first period. But a lot to take in there, Brandon. 5 goals.
What an eventful period there for both teams. Butler getting off to the start that they did, scoring 4 goals unanswered. And now Bradley at the end of the period getting one back, trying to change the momentum there and get something going.
I'll let you know when we're about to send it around. All right, we're going to have Courtney White, our Rinkside reporter, who is down there at ice level, coming up here in just a minute. Just getting things all situated here. Whenever you have the addition of the ice mic, it throws in little challenges sometimes for the players. But we'll go ahead to Courtney. All right, we are down at ice level with Courtney White, who is standing by. Courtney, what do you have for us?
Hi. So the Braves have played really good for their first game back. We've seen some great saves by the goalie. If they just connect a few more passes, take a few more shots, I think they can really get this one back. They're only down by 3 goals, and there's still 2 periods left. Now back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Courtney. Appreciate it. And again, she mentioned just a few things, and they can get back in this game. But one of the things they have to worry about here is that clock, 2:40 to go on major power play time for the Braves, or major penalty kill time, rather, for the Braves. So something to keep an eye on as we go into the second.
Yeah, 47 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey, then a minute 53, if I'm doing my math correctly, on a Butler power play. So yet again, we just got to rely on the Bradley penalty kill there, getting the pucks out of the zone and maybe even generating some offensive opportunities in the offensive zone shorthanded.
So we are going to step aside here at the Owens Center for the first intermission. We appreciate you joining us here on the Bradley Hockey Network. I'm Matt Harrington, along with Brandon Luisi, with me, and also Courtney White and Megan Ruger-Smith on camera. We'll be back here to start period number 2. Butler, though, leading 4-1. Well, we welcome you back to the Owens Center here in Peoria, Illinois, as we get ready for period number 2 between Bradley and Butler. And my goodness, Brandon, what a period we just had. 4 goals for Butler to start, and then Bradley gets one in the final minute of that period. And then chaos, almost a fight broke out between Aaron Goldstein and a member of Butler that resulted in him being thrown out from this game.
Yeah, and I just wanted to clarify the rule on the ACHA rule there for what Aaron Goldstein did. The penalty for fighting is an automatic disqualification. It may also result in a suspension from the next game. So it's not guaranteed that he will be ineligible from the game tomorrow. However, it still is a possibility. So something definitely to watch and see how the offense reacts there for Bradley after getting that first goal.
That first goal, too, is a big one. It came at 4-on-4, and that's where we're going to be for the next 47 seconds. And then Butler will get a power play for about 2 minutes, a little bit less than that. But nonetheless, another power play chance for Butler, where it seems they've been a lot tonight.
Yeah, just like I said at the end of the last period, Bradley really needs to continue to focus on getting the puck out of the zone and generating some shorthanded opportunities, or at least clearing it the full length of the ice. If they're only clearing it to center, Butler's going to rush right back in.
So
and create opportunities.
We do have a goaltending change to announce here for Bradley. That is going to be Braden Wickline, the freshman, making his debut now. He'll take over for David Crawford here to start the second. And I mentioned that it could be a possibility, Brandon. Now it's become a reality and a tough situation for Wickline to be thrown into.
Yeah, but like you said, Bradley needs that spark, and they got that spark at the end of the period with Jacob Rock's goal. However, maybe they felt like they needed something more, and now we're going to see a little bit of Braden Wickline here in the second period.
So again, the freshman making his debut as a member of the Bradley Braves for the very first time. So we'll see what he can do and maybe give a little bit of life to this Bradley team, as you see him getting a couple of stick taps from some of his teammates.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit just to calm the nerves. I mean, you're going to have nerves as a freshman coming in now in the situation that you're in, 4-1 down. You're going to have to come up with some pretty big saves, but it seems like Wickline is ready, and he was called upon.
So we'll see how he adjusts as we get started with period number 2. Butler, the visiting team, leading 4-1 as we have 4-on-4 to begin things here in the second. Delayed offsides for Bradley as they will tag up. Again, 33 seconds of 4-on-4 to start. Big hit laid back in the Bradley zone, but here comes Butler. Luke Bentley trying to go to the front as he was looking for the stick of Rory Nutkovich that time. Now drop pass, that goes sailing over the top on a big powerful shot from Matthew Mora. And Wickline going to hang on to it here. We can hear some of the fans getting a little excited down there at ice level.
Yeah, one of the things of our ice, Mike, it does pick up, and the fans, they are charged into this game, and I think they're backing behind their boys pretty well here.
Yeah, we've had always have a great student attendance here at the Owens Center. Typically, we get more for the D2 team, but I'm sure the D3 team appreciates the big crowd that they have here tonight.
Oh, yeah, everyone's excited that hockey's back, and the players, the fans, and I think that's why we see the bigger turnout tonight. You know, everybody's supporting the D3 team because hockey's back. This is the first game.
Very exciting to be back here at the Owens Center. Puck down low for Butler now to the point, and let's see, I think we have a hand pass here, and so it will come out of the zone.
Not a lot going on, as now we see the power play has started for Butler. So, you know, Butler cannot send a lot of stretch passes, risking icing. But like you said, the face-off, rather, will come out of the zone here.
Off the face-off, taken a hold of nicely off the draw by the Bulldogs as they send it to the corner. That's going to be held by Braden Wickline, who will snag it with 19:03 to go, 142 on the power play.
Yeah, Wickline seems to be adjusting pretty well. He had to make one. I mean, he had a couple shots on net, made some really nice saves early on.
So another face-off in the offensive zone here for Butler. This will be Evan Halligan, the center. As official back behind the plate, just waiting for things to get back underway. Off the draw, a tie-up. Puck goes onto the stick here of Alex Kem, one of the goal scorers for Butler. Now off an official skate. Nice bounce there for Bradley, but they can't clear. Now to the line. Duranic sends it around to the other side where it's gathered by Kem. Kem back to Duranic at the point. Swings it over. 1:15 to go on the Butler power play. Moved out of here quickly by Honda as he will slam on the brakes there. Quickly thwarted by the Bulldogs. Now here they come. Power play chance with the man advantage. Now Thews picking it up along the left wing side as he waits to go back down low. Bradley trying to kill off another penalty. They've been pretty good at it so far tonight. Back across it goes. Good puck moving here from the Bulldogs. Pad save by Wickline as he makes the stop. Adjusting nicely to his first collegiate action. Here's a nice block by Jared Honda, who's been stepping up nicely. Kem sends it across. On to the stick of Nick Thews, who will cycle it back for Duranic. See the good spacing out there by Butler on this power play.
Definitely cycling the puck very well so far.
Good block by the Braves as that goes down the ice. 20 seconds to go on the Butler power play. Again, that was that 5-minute fighting major that was assessed to Aaron Goldstein. Now down low in the corner, a chance right there for Butler is denied by Wickline. Look out, it's loose in front, and no goal as the official was right there to wave it off. That clearly went in, but perhaps the whistle blew before.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the official saying no goal. Butler goes palms up and says that it was a goal. Now the officials are huddling up in the corner over here. It'll be interesting to see what they decide here. I don't believe that can be overturned, though.
Well, tough situation to make as a referee, but it did look like that puck went in the back of the net.
Yeah, pretty clearly. I saw it go across the line, and then Braden Wickline kind of reached behind him and grabbed it out of the net. And to his luck, he doesn't get a goal against here.
Tough break for Butler. That would have made it a 4-goal game for the second time tonight. And so Bradley will go back to full strength here, as that will be, looks like, Luke Pullum that was serving that major penalty to Aaron Goldstein. Again, Goldstein, for those just joining us, is disqualified from this game for a fighting major. Good save by Wickline as he makes the stop.
So we get a little bit of extracurriculars yet again here, as a push and a shove out in front. I believe that is Luke Bentley out in front for Butler, who delivered that shove, but Bradley responds right back.
Tell you what, Wickline has been adjusting pretty nicely here. He's made some big saves to keep his team in this thing.
Yeah, this most recent one, a glove save and a beauty.
Glove save and a beauty indeed. Bradley will make a couple of final line changes here. Cornell will come off as well. Face-off won by Butler. Down to the corner it goes. Chance out in front. That one fanned on by Paul Sell, and now played at the line by the Bulldogs. They send it in deep. And Butler with the 4-1 lead here in the early stages of the second period. Barney trying to move it as he will play back. The size, by the way, for Nathan Barney, 6'9", and you can see it out there on the ice. Yeah, tallest player on the team.
He's got a big frame. Tallest player on the ice in general between both teams, 6'9". We have 180 here, so a lanky frame, but he's skating very well for 6'9" as well.
Mora drops it back and pushed out of the zone now by Bradley. Quickly cycled back through the middle of the ice by Smith. Hacked at there, and Rock will send it deep. Jacob Rock, the only goal scorer right now for Bradley, and that came in the final minute of the first period. Goals in the first minute and the last minute of that first period. Big hits there. As here's a chance for Bradley. Baker shooting it. That goes into the netting and out of play.
Yeah, we're seeing both teams get some block shots here. Jared Honda, if I'm tallying correctly, has 3 block shots in the game, all on the penalty kill. So he's sacrificing his body, but for a good cause, not allowing any shots to get to the net early for Braden Wickline.
Offensive zone face-off for the Braves. Haven't had a lot of those so far this game. Daniels can't win it, though, as it will go to Butler. Played up out through center. Here's Whitelaw with it now for the Braves. And it batted down out of midair. Nice play there by Popov. And that one goes in front as Wickline able to make the save. Popov chopping at it again. Laney will leave it here as here come the Braves out through center. Played about 4.5 minutes in this second period. No scoring in the frame as it remains 4-1 in favor of the visiting Butler Bulldogs. This is the first of 2 games between the 2 teams this weekend. Look out, this goes into the netting again. In the NHL, that would be a delay game penalty, but not here at the college level.
No, definitely not as that goes into the netting. However, we are seeing a lack of goal scoring, but not a lack of physicality. It is still staying at a pretty high level. Emotions are still high from the Goldstein ejection.
Another offensive zone face-off for the Braves. Had quite a few of them in the last couple of minutes or so. Battle for possession off the draw. That physical play ramping up, especially in the face-off circle. Honda now trying to play it at the line, and he's just a hair offside.
Yeah, an unfortunate break there for Bradley. It looks like they were going to break into the zone and get a little bit of a rush going and maybe even generate an offensive opportunity, but to no avail, unfortunately.
Looks like we've got some of the Gentry family on board tonight for Butler. The family of head coach Eric Gentry. Glad they could join us for this hockey game. And if you're a Butler fan, got to be pleased with how this has played out so far. 4-1 the score. Out through center, here come the Bulldogs again. Halligan into the zone. Push to the corner. That's a nice play there by the Braves as they force that puck into the neutral zone. Tape to tape it goes. Here comes Garrett Hamill across the line. Hamill shoots, deflects off the glass into the corner. Follows up his own rebound with another shot that's denied by Howie. Now out through center again. Here comes Kem, holding it down low. Bumps it back to the point. Bulldogs, quick shot, snapper, save, Wickline. Follow-up try denied as well. Now back to the line it goes. Here's Duranic. Swung across. Handled in the wickets for a moment by Thews. And down to the corner. Here's Barnhart now. Absorbs the hit down in the corner. And a chance is blocked off of Honda. They score! Right back to the corner it goes. And Butler makes it 5-1.
An unfortunate bounce there for Bradley. Went off of one of the skates of the defenseman there, and just deflected to the Butler stick, and he wristed it blocker side on Braden Wickline.
Looks like Evan Halligan on the goal. And I'll tell you what, that's very reminiscent of that first goal that Butler scored. They get a funny bounce, but this time it goes right into the hands of Halligan, and he buries it, wastes no time doing so.
Yeah, I think Butler is really noticing that Bradley has changed goalies, and Wickline is an inexperienced goalie. They're just getting pucks toward the net and really trying to generate those opportunities.
Bentley down in the corner, and it'll be taken here by the Braves. Up into the netting and out of play. Can't fault the goaltending, though, in this game, even though they decided to go with the change. Just one of those things where Butler has been on the forecheck, it seems, pretty much the entire night.
Yeah, not one bit the goalie's fault. We're seeing unlucky bounces for Bradley. The first goal 22 seconds in, and now this last goal that Butler just scored with Halligan's goal, another unlucky bounce for Bradley.
Braves trying to move back into the offensive zone here. Their big hit as you hear the student section, and you can probably see them on your screen as well up in front of the glass. This has been a terrific turnout here at the Owens Center, especially for a D3 game, which is typically less attended by the students more so than the D2 team. But I'll tell you what, it has been a great crowd. It's just good to be back here inside the Owens Center. It's been a long time since we've been here. Yeah,
it's very exciting to be back around hockey and see the students come and show out and support the D3 team as well. The D3 team, I mean, they're not having the showing they wanted right now, but they still have plenty of time to turn it around and generate some momentum.
The last time these two teams played was back in 2019-20 season, and Butler swept both those games 3-2 and 10-2. That was also to open the season. Little series history there for you. 12:53 to go though in the second. 5-1 lead for Butler as they want more. Here they come into the offensive zone. Holding on to the stick there is Sam Smith. Big hit thrown. Smith doesn't have a very big frame, 5'4", but he can throw the body. And now we're going to get a penalty coming up against Butler.
A little bit of a face wash there. I'm unsure who that is for Bradley, but a nice face wash there after the play, giving a little taunting there to the Butler players. But like you were saying, Sam Smith, 5'4", delivering a really big hit to Luke Pullum of Bradley.
So penalty, we're in a power play now for Bradley. Something that they haven't had a lot of tonight, and now here's an opportunity to claw your way back into this game.
It's all about momentum. We're going to see what Bradley can do with this power play.
It'll be Zach Daniels to take the face-off as he wins it back for Caleb Berger. Jared Honda now holding down to it. And 1:48 to go. Pad save by Howie as he will move it up out of the zone.
Yeah, I think the real big thing to focus on here for Bradley is just get pucks toward the net. We did see a nice shot there from Daniels, but however, they need to be spending all their time on this power play in the offensive zone, getting pucks toward the net, hoping for lucky bounces like Butler's had so far.
That one will be banked out again by Butler as they clear it. Wickline will handle it here with 1:20 to go on that power play for the Braves. Again, a reminder that we'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock for game number 2 of this series. Big hit thrown in front of the penalty box area. Here is Ethan Baker now into the zone. Cut off by Thews. And to the line and out. Masterfully done there by the Bulldogs as Halligan takes a big hit from Caleb Berger. Down it goes into the corner, now handled by Garrett Hamill. Hamill trying to move it out here for the Braves as he's manhandled for a moment. Oh, takes another big hit there. Bodies have been flying tonight.
Yeah, not a good showing on the power play here for Bradley. They only had that one shot on goal and haven't gotten back into the offensive zone since, and it looks like we're going to get an icing here on Bradley as well.
Not what you want on the power play there, so the rare icing on your own power play.
I think it's interesting what you said earlier about Coach Gentry having his first season as head coach, trying to turn a new page. In 2019 and 20, Butler's record was 6-12-0, and 18 and 19, it was 3-11-0. They're looking to get a good start to this season here.
Well, they've certainly done so tonight. And after this weekend, they actually will not play again in the month of September. Their next game will be on October 2nd and 3rd when they play Miami, Ohio. One of their conference opponents in the Indiana Collegiate Hockey Conference. Although it's technically not in Indiana, they're still part of that conference. So they have some time off to get some rest and get ready for that next series.
Yeah, I think a lot of practice coming for Butler just to kind of give a little bit. Oh, looks like we have a penalty here coming up again on the Butler Bulldogs as Wickline goes to the bench. Another opportunity here for Bradley to get a power play.
We'll see what the call is here.
48 blue slash.
You can hear that very clearly. Agnew getting the minor for slashing for Butler. And another power play, as you mentioned here, Brandon. The goal light keeps going off. I see some of the students back there maybe need to settle down a bit.
Yeah. No goal scored, even though the goal light is coming on.
Goal light, I'm sorry.
Didn't see a goal horn, though.
No, you can't see a goal horn.
No, yeah.
I'm mixed up. Getting those early season jitters out of the way.
Yeah.
Wickline will leave it here for Bradley. Brennan Cornell to take it and move it up through center. Up through center it goes now. Laney on the left wing side. Perfect pass right at the line as Bradley looks to move into the zone. Laney will take it down low. Taken to the other corner here by the Braves. Gavin Menk laying the body, wearing Trevor Cooney's jersey tonight. A little bit of an issue with getting some of the freshman jerseys in for Bradley, so that's why you might see some names that you might recognize on a D2 broadcast. And cleared out here by Butler.
Yeah, I promise no D2 players are playing on the D3 squad. We'd have some trouble there if that were true.
Pinned up along the wall and now gathered below the goal line here by the Braves. Here they come out through center. Pass there from Rock, misses the mark. 53 seconds to go on that power play for the Braves. Perfect pass up ahead, and here comes Butler shorthanded. Here's a chance all alone. Save Wickline. Rebound, scores! Hammered home by Luke Bentley. No chance for Wickline. It's 6-1 Bulldogs.
Yeah, an unfortunate break there for Bradley. A nice save there from Braden Wickline on the original chance. I don't know who was on that breakaway originally. However, Wickline.
51-10 too.
Looks like it was Paul Sell.
It was Paul Sell, yeah. Wickline absolutely stoning him as Paul Sell tried to go 5-hole. However, Luke Bentley was there for Bradley to pick up the rebound. 6-1 Butler.
So Butler with a big goal from Luke Bentley. And you can probably hear some of the Butler fans. They've been very vocal. That made the trip from Indianapolis. And their team is dominating in all facets of the game tonight. 6-1. Your score here with 9 minutes to go in the second. Brandon, if you're Bradley and the coaching staff, what do you do to try and get this thing back on your side?
You just need someone to step up in the locker room and give a spark to the locker room, because right now it looks like Bradley's playing with no motivation. It looks like they're just throwing the puck around, not really making any good passes. They need to make some clean tape-to-tape passes. One of the keys of the game that we had for Butler.
Down in the corner it goes now for Daniels as he's tied up, trying to work that puck towards the goal line. Honda instead will play it. And rebound in front. Howie makes the save. Daniels digging away. We get some extra shoves here. And things starting to boil over once again.
Yeah, emotions are getting high, and if you're coach here, or if you're on the bench, you need to let them know they need to control their emotions. It's, like you said, boiling over again, and here we go. Could be, you know, another power play situation here for Butler. I don't know if any penalties are going to be assessed, but I don't believe so. But the refs are talking with a couple people. Looks like the net was knocked off the moorings there.
We've seen a lot of that extracurricular activity, so to speak, after the whistles. And for both of these teams, you come back onto the ice for the first time in a year and a half, and that competition factor really just rises, especially throughout the night. And if you're Bradley, when you're down by 5 goals.
Yeah, your adrenaline's rushing, your emotion is high, and I think that's why we're seeing some of this stuff boil over.
So offensive zone draw here for Bradley, but Butler wins it this time. Moved up through center. Could be a break for Butler as they come the other way. Here's a chance for the Bulldogs. Sent over just a bit out of the reach there for the Bulldogs. That was Alex Kem waiting for the pass. Now Halligan thrown towards the net. Kem can't quite handle it there. Daniels, whoa, look out, penalty. The helmet was ripped right off the head of Johnny Whitelaw, and that's certainly going to be a penalty.
Yeah, we had pretty clear vantage point of that. Alex Kem ripping the helmet off of the Bradley player right there, and we're getting some extra shoves here as well as Bradley's going back to the bench. Definitely a 2-minute. We're going to see if the officials say anything more of roughing or unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, I don't think there was any malicious intent, but whenever the helmet pops up, you're like, it's got to be a penalty, you think?
Yeah, your concern kind of goes up when helmets get ripped off, just because the protection of the player and the safety of the player is #1 priority here.
So a roughing minor will be assessed to Alex Kem. And here we go again. Deja vu as Bradley gets another power play here.
Yeah, their third of the game. They're looking to generate some momentum here and change the momentum, really, since Butler has scored 2 straight goals.
Crowd is into it tonight here, despite the fact that Bradley trails. 6-1. So it goes down in the Bradley zone, and Berger will take it back behind the goal for Bradley. Might have heard cross-checking, but it was a roughing was the official call from the referee. Daniels into the zone, working his way in towards the nets, and it was mishandled a bit by Howie. I don't think he knew where it was, but it's cleared nonetheless by his teammates.
No, he was looking around, hoping he had the puck covered. Nice move there by Daniels. A nice inside move, that is, to get toward the net.
Out it goes through center. Here's Ethan Baker on the left wing side. Loads it up and blockered away by Spencer Howie. Moved up out of the zone by Butler. Here's another short-handed chance. Off the crossbar on the shot there by Paulsell. That would have made it 7-1.
Yeah, Wickline got beat right there, but his good old buddy, the goalpost, rather the crossbar, made that stop for him, and the puck goes out of play.
Goaltender's best friend coming into play there.
Most definitely, but this isn't what you want to see for Bradley. You were getting pucks toward the net, but with 58 seconds to go on a power play, you have a defensive zone draw here. This is a must-win here.
Off the draw, won by the Bulldogs, thrown to the front. Wickline, big, juicy rebound again, and Bentley was waiting at the back door again, but couldn't fire it home. Now Butler in the corner. Tie up as Rock is there for Bradley. Now Bentley. Push by Rock for a moment, and now back onto the tape of the Braves as they come out through center. 35 to go on the power play for the Braves. Mora to the other side, but not out for Butler. A scramble for possession as Paulsell sends it into bench, it looks like. So we'll go back into the Butler territory.
Yeah, last chance here, really last hurrah for this Bradley power play with 23 seconds to go. It looks like a little extracurriculars at the face-off circle over there as well. The Butler defenseman there, Nathan Barney, who is aforementioned, 6'9".
Pad save by Howie off the draw. Rock trying to throw it towards the front. And now taken hold of by the Bulldogs as they backhand that one out of the zone. 10 to go on the Bradley power play. So maybe one last push as Rock moves it down low for Laney. Once again, though, that penalty kill for Butler has been excellent tonight, and they get another kill on that opportunity. Up the boards it goes. Battle for possession finally forced out by the Braves. Right in front of the student sections there. And now Barney plays it back below the goal line. Up ahead, tape to tape, connecting pass. Slowed at the line, Halligan, that's going to be not a delayed offsides, but Bradley moves it out anyway. Laney fires it deep. Had Daniels, but instead opts to dump and change. Approach about the 5-minute mark to go in the second. Here's Kem. Takes a hit from Whitelaw right in front of our ice mic. Kem making it back to the point. Wickline waiting for it. Rolls out in front and chopped there by Whitelaw, who gets thrown into his own goaltender. Now Whitelaw gathering the puck here for Bradley. Sent up off the ice. Took a funny bounce off the official. Whitelaw has stepped up the physicality here tonight, certainly.
Delivering some big hits there.
Now the Braves maintain possession. Good moves at center by Mitch Riegel. See what he can do as he throws it into the zone. 4:22 to go in the second period of play. A 6-1 lead for the Bulldogs, who have been on it from the start. Now here's a 2-on-0 the other way. Across in front, and it's denied by Wickline. Another chance fought off by Wickline. What a save. Braden Wickline keeping his team in it.
What a sequence of saves there from Braden Wickline, and we're talking about momentum, changing momentum. That's something that can spark Bradley.
Look out, here's Daniels in front, cut off by Howie. He lost the goal stick. It came all the way out to the hash marks. And now Butler will make it the other way. Here they come into the zone. Great block by Berger on the shot attempt there. My goodness, Wickline scrambling to get back in position. And now moved up to the line, but not out. Here's Berger. Jacking for possession. Up the wall and moved up through the center ice. Here's Ryan Spence. In ahead. That's denied. That was Ethan Rich there for Bradley. Now a chance in front is moved down to the corner. Thrown up high into the air and out through center. Nice move into the zone. Here's Popov on the backhand trying to force it to the net. Couldn't do so. Tell you what though, these Butler players have been given their 100% effort on those loose pucks.
Yeah, they've been really getting those opportunities, hustling to the puck and getting those odd man rushes.
Here's a chance for Bradley. Hamill trying to throw it toward the front. Bounces down and around. Look out in front of Howie. Still a scramble for possession. Garrett Hamill, though, unfortunately for the Braves, unable to get it there. That bounces off the stick of Bradley's Jacob Gousset. And now Butler has it in the offensive zone. Look out in front. Another chance that nearly goes awry and held on to finally by Wickline, but we have a Bradley player down for a moment. Looked like Garrett Hamill that took a beating in front.
Yeah, another beautiful save from Wickline. He's really coming into the game and stepping up to the role that he's been put in. Hopefully he can continue that and make some other key saves and keep Bradley somewhat close into this game.
Offensive zone draw for Butler here with 2:17 to go in the second period of play. Bradley finally gets possession and forces it out. Great speed from Laney down low. Jackson Laney trying to throw it towards the front, instead gives it away. To the line, fanned on by Whitelaw. Regal pinching in to help him out right in front of the Butler bench, and we'll get it offside.
Yeah, just under 2 minutes to play in this period. Butler still leads 6-1. A lot of opportunities for both teams. We're seeing Bradley start to get some odd man rushes. I believe Zach Daniels with that inside move had a little bit of a breakaway. Unable to put it home though.
I'll look at what's coming up for this Bradley Hockey D3 team. They will take on Butler here again tomorrow afternoon. And that will be the last home game that the D3 team has until October 15th. So they're going to be gone for a little bit more than a month. They'll have Illinois State next weekend. We'll have some more info for you on those games later. And then they'll also head to Wheaton as well before they come back here in the 15th or so. So it's going to be a long time on the road for these teams, or for Bradley rather. Penalty coming up against Butler. Going to be a slash or a hold, it looks like here. And I'm not sure if you saw that play, but I think a misconduct was just handed out to Butler's Nick Thews. Let's see what we get.
11 blue with a hold and a 10-minute misconduct.
There you go.
Wow.
I think Thews said something to the official that obviously he didn't like. And now Thews has got an extra 10 minutes.
2 lines. One for the hold and one for the 10-minute misconduct. Same player.
So someone's going to have to serve the 10-minute.
Yeah, another interesting sequence here as we saw Goldstein exit the game. We got a 10-minute misconduct now on Nick Thews.
So
Only one penalty on the clock.
yeah, I was wondering why there was 2 up there. There should be 1 penalty that says 2 minutes.
The other one's a 10.
So Thews will sit for 10 minutes, and I couldn't tell who was in there serving that 2-minute minor for him. I don't know if you were able to catch that at all, Brandon.
Yeah, no, I was not, unfortunately.
But nonetheless, a tough break for Butler and another Bradley power play where they have not had luck tonight.
Yeah, if Bradley doesn't score while the rest of the period plays out, this minute 32, I believe this will carry on about 13 seconds into the third period, but we will see if Bradley can generate some opportunities and get a puck in the back of the net.
We will see if they can do just that indeed. 1:45 to go on the power play. And Butler has an offensive zone draw. taken back below the goal line here by the Braves.
I got you.
Tell you what, though, when we have the officials coming up to the microphone like that, it's nice to have that cutting-edge technology that we provide here on the Bradley Hockey Network. Short side bid there denied by Wickline. Again, this is the very first game of Braden Wickline's career at Bradley. He's let up 2 goals so far here, coming in relief of David Crawford, who was pulled after the first period. He gave up 4 goals. Didn't play particularly bad. It was just kind of how things went for him.
Yeah, unlucky bounces. Defense wasn't really helping him out too much. But now we see Braden Wickline start his career here at Bradley.
Great glove save there by Spencer Howie. And when you look at the other side, too, Spencer Howie, I mean, he's not been as busy, of course, as the Bradley goaltenders, but he's been there making the saves all night.
Yeah, I was just going to say some very spectacular saves from Spencer Howie. He's had to come up with a couple saves this period specifically, just on the couple opportunities Daniels has had for Bradley and just this recent shot that Bradley had on the power play.
Off the draw, a battle for possession. Daniels trying to find that loose puck, and now will do so. Daniels working it to the front. Honda sends it wide, where that had the back of the net written all over it. Now Baker up in the air, deflects, and it clawed down by Daniels. Fanned on it, and that's going to result in Butler clearing this one all the way down. Caleb Berger racing to it with Luke Bentley. Berger takes a hit. Bentley trying to fight Berger off there as it's taken now by the Braves. Another bad pass by them as it will be taken now again by Bradley. And that will do it for the second period of play as Bradley does not get any goals in that period. Butler gets 2 more, and they extend their lead here, Brandon, 6-1. They're in good shape looking into the third.
Yeah, Butler's really got a stranglehold on Bradley right now, but we're going to see if Bradley can turn it around. 14 seconds remaining on this power play for Bradley going into the third period. Let's see if they can score a goal or even just change the momentum with a couple shots on net.
All right, we have Courtney White, who is ice side. And Courtney, another tough period for the Braves, but what were your biggest takeaways from that period?
So one of my biggest takeaways is Braden Wickline, the freshman goalie. He made some great saves this period. Some of the things Bradley can work on is their defense. It's not as strong as I think it should be. And their offense, I think if they take more shots might go in. Butler has had most of the possession, so if Bradley gets that possession back, I'm thinking we can score some more goals. Back up to y'all.
All right, thank you very much, Courtney. And again, that defense has been an issue, I think, certainly. And, you know, you just look at some of the things that have gone wrong. A lot has gone wrong. But quite frankly, it's not that Bradley has been bad by any means. It's just Butler has come ready to play.
Yeah, it seems like they're more prepared than Bradley, especially on the defensive end. They're getting to loose pucks. They're getting these odd man rushes. And it's resulting in goals. And that's why we see the 6-1 lead for Butler.
So 6-1 again, as Brandon just mentioned, the score as we go into the second intermission. Bradley's got a lot of work to do in the third. Again, thank you for watching the Bradley Hockey Network. I'm Matt Harrington alongside our entire crew, Brandon Luisi, Courtney White, and Megan Ruger-Smith. We'll be back here for the third period. Butler leading it 6-1. Well, we welcome you back to the Owens Center here in Peoria, Illinois, as we get ready for the third period of play between Butler and Bradley. It has been a rough start to this hockey game, or I guess rough 2 periods, that is, for the Bradley Braves, Brandon, as they trail 6-1 entering the third period. And my goodness, a lot of things have not gone right, but I'll tell you what, Butler has just played an incredible game, and you can't help but praise their effort tonight. They were ready from puck drop. They scored 22 seconds in. They've been on it from the get-go.
Yeah, they were on the gas pedal. They were on the gas pedal and haven't let up one bit, scoring 6 goals in the game so far, and they still have time to add some more. So if you're Bradley, there's 14 seconds on the power play. You got to get some opportunities going real quick, or else you're out of this game.
That Bradley goal horn, by the way, that the custom-installed arena goal horn has only been played once tonight. It was at the very end of the first period on a goal from Jacob Rock, the sophomore. And I'm sure some of the Bradley fans here would like to hear that horn maybe a couple more times.
I know I sure would. I'm a fan of goal horns, Matt. I know you are as well. So hearing that goal horn go off a couple times before the night's end would be a great thing to hear.
Are you teaching these?
I see the referees are having their own little conversation down there at the scorer's table, so we'll turn them down until we start the third period. 14 seconds remain on a minor penalty that was assessed to the Bulldogs, and it also resulted in a 10-minute major penalty as well. And if I'm not mistaken, that was Alex Kem that got that penalty. And so he got an unsportsmanlike conduct and a 10-minute game misconduct. He'll come out about halfway through this third period.
Yeah, I think one of the keys here for Bradley is just to stay out of the penalty box. We're noticing Butler is getting a little bit more physical and taking some more penalties. So, you know, if they can turn that into some power play, some goals, some scoring opportunities, that'd be a good thing for Bradley to get back into the game. If you're Butler, again, stay out of the box just like Bradley. Luckily, you know, Butler has scored a shorthanded goal, so that's something where if they're on the penalty kill, they still have the momentum, they still have the confidence to control the puck, to get pucks into the offensive zone and in the back of the net.
We'll see how Butler responds, or Bradley responds rather, to the Butler attack. Again, the goal scoring, it was 4 goals in the first for Butler. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Bradley then made it 4-1 in the final minute of the first period. And then in the second period, just the 2 goals from Butler on Braden Wickline, who is making his Bradley debut tonight. It's been pretty good for the most part, just the 2 goals allowed for him, and certainly making an impression on that D3 coaching staff.
Yeah, he's playing one heck of a game, coming up with some really big saves as he was called upon in the second period. Another thing to note for new listeners, Aaron Goldstein has been disqualified from this game with a 5-minute major for fighting.
Still, you could see that ice is still pretty slick out there from the Zamboni. That might slow things down a little bit. Looks like they went extra heavy on the water here tonight at the Owens Center. Down into the corner it goes now as Bradley looks to move it up out of the zone. Banked off the glass and intended for Ethan Baker. And we'll get an offsides as Berger gets sandwiched there by a couple of Butler players.
Yeah, it gets sandwiched in between 2 players, but the physicality has not stopped tonight. It has been from puck drop all the way to the start of the third period here.
Just about 34 seconds into this final period of play. Again, these teams meet here tomorrow again at 1 p.m. here at the Owens Center, and we, of course, will bring you that live as well. Brandon, you'll be back on that call for that game as well with Mitch Kaminsky as well. Excited to have him back in the fold this year.
Yeah, I'm excited to call with Mitch. It'll be obviously my first taste. This is my first ever game calling a Bradley game rather. First ever time calling a professional game at that. So I'm excited to call with Mitch tomorrow on the Bradley game.
You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Whitelaw sends this one soaring into the offensive zone for Bradley. And now Butler will move it out here. Banked off the boards. Handled by Bradley. That's Mitch Regal, number 48. Now collected by Mora. Outlet pass, tape to tape through center. Charging up ahead, here comes Dones into the zone. Good speed. And saved by Wickline. Rebound. Follow-up try is denied as well. A couple of quick developing chances there for Butler as they have to tag up on the delayed offside.
Yeah, Butler has been the fastest team all game ever since they jumped out to that 1-0 lead. And it continues to hold true in this third period.
Down it goes to the corner now. Butler holding on to it. Moved up to the line. Dones will send it out. Hopefully by the time the D3 team is back in October that their real jerseys will come in and we actually get to see the correct numbers out there, which has made it very challenging for us here in the broadcast booth. And Butler is kind of having the same issue, it sounds like.
Yeah, I'm referencing these scoring sheets a lot more than I would like to, but starting to get used to it a little bit.
Here's Duranic for Butler. Finds a teammate. Pushed into the zone for a moment. Hamill trying to push it out deep. And now Bradley will move it up ahead. 17:30 to go in period 3. All Butler, they lead at 6-1. And now moved into the zone again. Here's Popov. And banked up off the glass. Down it goes for Howie. No icing. This is waved off. Could have been icing, but officials elect not to. Now Caleb Berger with it on the tape for Bradley. He'll fire it in on Howie as Butler plays it up the boards. Tell you what, it has gone noticeably quieter here in the Owens Center here in the third period.
Yeah, the energy has really died down, especially from the student section. I know they were really vocal in the first 2 periods. Let's see if they can get behind the D3 team here as we get into the third.
Nice maneuver into the zone. Wickline kicking out the pad to make the save there. Terrific opportunity for Butler is thwarted by him. Banked up off the boards. To the line. Not quite out though. Good keep by the Bulldogs. Fired around onto the other side. Sam Smith at that left point waiting for that puck to perhaps pop on his stick. Now handled for a moment by Pullum down in the corner. He's one of the freshmen out there wearing a D2 jersey. He's got Ryan Spence's number 54 out there. Banked up in front of the penalty box area. Good pressure applied from Ethan Rich. Or Ice Mike taking a beating down there. Big collision results in a free puck. Scooped up by Butler. Here's Barnhart trying to go across. Good defensive stick from Mitch Riegel. And now Rich will send it up the wall. Or Rich rather on the wall making that play. Big hit there as you hear it from our Ice Mike. And now here's Riegel. Whoa, laid out at center ice. Clean cut hit there from Dylan Paulsell.
That is physicality all night. Paulsell delivering a hammering hit there to Mitch Riegel.
Up it goes now for Butler as they quickly reverse course. Agnew across for Bentley into the offensive zone. Here's Bentley working his way in front. Penalty coming up here. This is going to be against the Braves. And it's going to be another power play, it looks like, for the Butler Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's going to be an interference call here. I believe that was Agnew who got shoved out in front, resulting in a penalty here for Bradley.
Looks like Johnny Whitelaw as he throws his stick into the penalty box in anger.
It's that
oh, actually, we're going to have another penalty here.
65 interference, 65 white interference, 48 blue rough.
Okay, so they're coincidental penalties, so we'll play a little 4-on-4 here, it looks like. Or,
yeah.
Yes, I believe it is 4-on-4.
I saw it after the play. Agnew shoved Whitelaw, and it was the retaliation there from Agnew that caused that 2-minute coincidental penalty.
So keep in mind, too, that Alex Kem is still in the box for Butler on that misconduct penalty. So saw the Bradley coaching staff get an explanation. Well, the clock right now says that there's 2 penalties of 2 minutes up. And that is not correct. This should be adjusted, I believe. So there should only be 1. And there they go. Looks like they got it taken care of.
Take one of them off.
Oh, well, yep, we're good now, it looks like. So here we go. 4-on-4 for 2 minutes after those coincidental minor penalties against each team. A long clear down the ice. This is going to be an icing against Bradley. They're not on the penalty kill here. They're at even strength.
Yeah, if they were on the penalty kill, that'd be totally legal. I saw an assistant coach over for Bradley talking to Johnny Whitelaw as he was barking at the ref a little bit, trying to tell him, hey, just calm down. Don't take any more penalties than you need to take.
Off the draw. That one deflects high into the netting, caught a Butler stick there and out of play. Again, 1 o'clock, the rematch for these teams tomorrow here at the Owens Center, and I'll tell you what, it'll be interesting to see if Bradley comes back with any sort of life tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that and see if the physicality will continue for another 3 periods tomorrow.
Saved by Wickline there and shoved up out of the zone by Baker. Here he comes across center. Oh, great pass to Daniels, and he's denied at the back door. Just mishandled it for a moment, but a terrific pass. Now to Baker in the corner for Bradley. And up to the line. Big shot there is denied by Howie, as he's been good once again for Butler.
Yeah, Howie has been spectacular tonight, making some really timely saves.
Here's Mora into the zone, trying to find a teammate. Into the hands of Bradley. That'll be another icing, as it will go off the boards and down the ice. 53 seconds left of 4-on-4 time.
An unfortunate break there for Bradley. It looks like they were going to get their second goal of the night, and that goal horn being played yet again. But Daniels unable to corral the puck. He had a wide open net, but Howie was able to recover and make that save on his shot.
Little Good Charlotte being played here at the Owens Center. That's good to hear. One of my favorite bands. A lot of good music made during the early 2000s.
That's a great era for music. I still listen to them every single day.
Down to the corner, corralled by the Bulldogs as they try and get it towards the front, but instead Daniels shoved around for Bradley. Pushed to the line, that's going to be a delayed offsides, but Daniels will scoot it up ahead for Baker, who is running out of real estate. Now off the boards, big hit thrown by Daniels. Cornell right there to pick it up. Daniels in there as well, as you hear our ice mic picking up all the sounds.
It's coming handy tonight.
It sure has. Big drive from the point there by Berger. Echoes off the boards. 7 seconds left of 4-on-4, and then we'll go back to 5-on-5. How long we stay there, I don't know.
Well, with the physicality of this game, I assume not too long.
Here's a chance out in front for the Bulldogs. And taken to the corner. Backhand pass broken up by the Braves. And charging right out of the bench is Jackson Laney. Here's Laney, shot off the mask of Howie. Terrific save by him. Now reversed out through center by Butler. Lunging the stick there is Sam Smith. Down into the corner now for Butler. Right on the tape of number 14, Brett Barnhart. He's found the score sheet tonight for the Bulldogs. Another hit thrown and gathered here by Butler. Aiden Jones, number 23, out there for the Bulldogs. Haven't called his name a ton tonight. Laney now looking for a teammate. That, of course, being Luke Pullum, wearing the Ryan Spence jersey.
Yeah, still a little bit of a challenge trying to call their names with the D2 jerseys on.
Butler moving it out of the zone. Good body thrown by Regal. And now Pullum takes a tumble as well. Great pass in the slot. Here's a chance for the Bulldogs. Nice maneuver in front, and Wickline standing tall. He might have just gotten a piece of it there. Whitelaw in front. They score. Butler adds another. It's 7-1 Bulldogs.
Yeah, just a spinorama backhand there. Savoir faire like on the spinorama backhand. Wickline was just unable to see it, and Butler takes that 7-1 lead. A really commanding stranglehold on this game as they extend their lead to 6.
Big goal there for the Bulldogs. Of course, their largest lead of the night as well.
13, 20, 27.
Evan Halligan, the freshman, getting another goal for Butler. And You know, we talked about him in the first period, about the kind of impacts that he can bring to the game. And he's been doing it tonight, making a good debut here for Butler.
Most definitely. We mentioned his previous experience with the Columbus Mavericks of the USPHL, and he is showing those skills off tonight.
7-1, Butler leads it, as a lot of the students here at the Owens Center for Bradley have had enough. They're going to call it a day and start heading out.
Well, I'm sure they'll be back tomorrow to support the D3 team at 1 o'clock as they have their rematch against Butler and try to get off to a better start, to be honest. 22 seconds in, Butler had already a lead. So Bradley really next game has to just get off to a better start and maybe get some more opportunities going.
Down low it goes into the corner now. This is Keegan Dones with it for Butler. Out in front, that loose puck whacked at for a moment and careened in by the Braves.
You know, an assist there for Sam Smith. I guess that's why we haven't heard too many songs from him lately. He's been playing too much hockey. Look at him go getting on the score sheet.
I think the pop star Sam Smith is a little bit taller than he is at 5'4". But I'll tell you what, even despite his frame, he has been bringing some good talents to the ice tonight. Nearly a giveaway, but instead it goes into the hands of Butler's Dylan Paulsell. Only one of 2 seniors on this team for Butler. Paulsell slamming on the brakes as he tries to go all the way across. Good stick work by the Braves. Could have a chance here. Here comes Ethan Baker. Here's Baker across. Daniels off the post. Bradley nearly getting their second goal of the night, but the post comes in handy for Spencer Howie.
The goalie's best friend on the same side that it happened to Wickline. It saves Spencer Howie from allowing another goal.
Baker up ahead now for Laney as Bradley goes right back on the attack. Here's Laney, pinned up along the wall, and now Daniels for Bradley. Butler looking to move it up, and they do so as Agnew fires it deep into the glove of Wickline. He will elect to just hold on to it here with 9:36 to go.
What time is he
third.
out?
Yeah, I think it's interesting
7?
how you mentioned Dylan Paulsell being one of 2 seniors on the team. He's got to be one of the guys, one of the 2 guys really with the seniors stepping up in the locker room and being a leader and leading, you know, the new group, so to speak, the freshmen, the sophomores, and even some of the juniors, and being one of those quote-unquote off-ice captains for the team.
Butler wins the draw. They go tape to tape at the defensive line. Hamill with the block, but can't clear it. Now Mitch Riegel in the corner for Bradley. Jack Riondo up the boards. Haven't seen a ton of Jack Riondo tonight for Bradley. That one goes off the glass on the snapshot attempt from Butler. Long shot deflects off a body. Now back up to the point. That's Duranic finding a teammate in Evan Halligan. Back to Duranic. His shot blocked by Riondo. And up the wall. And another drive here from the Braves. Or from the Bulldogs, rather. Riegel interfered with it, looked like, at center. And are we going to have a penalty here? Or just an icing? I think just an icing. Looked like Riegel got shoved. He did not have the puck. I think Butler got away with an interference there.
They did. Wickline was headed to the bench. He was halfway there. So if that icing was waved off and Wickline had a misunderstanding, that could have been an empty net there for Bradley, and Butler could have had an 8-1 lead.
A little bit of confusion, but Butler catches a break. At this point, it really doesn't matter when you're up by 6 goals, but nonetheless, a break for Butler. A deflection chance in front. Wickline the save on the shot from Keenan Dones. Now Bradley up ahead. Honda trying to move it through the zone. Forecheck ramping up here for the Braves. Riondo looking for Hamill out front as he was knocked to the ice. And now collected in by Whitelaw. He'll elect to go back to his defense. And Hamill plays it up the wall for Bradley into the offensive zone. 8:17 to go here in the third. This game has been dominated by the Butler Bulldogs from start to right now at 8:10. They scored a goal just 22 seconds in. And so far, the only goal from Bradley came at the very tail end of the first period.
Yeah, that goal scored by Jacob Rock, rather. It's still good to see Bradley get on the board in this game, and they look to get another one on the board here with under 8 minutes to go.
Here's a chance into the zone for Bradley. That's Daniels behind the goal, trying to get it between the wickets. And now pitching in is Bradley. That one deflects off a stick into the corner. That's Gousset pinching in for the Braves. Thews fires it up the wall, but not out. Good keep. Thrown to the front by Bradley. Onto the tape of Zach Daniels. Daniels, one hand on the stick, knocked to the ice. And up off the glass. Gousset with it now. Leaving it here, Laney right in on goal, and Spencer Howie makes the glove save.
Yeah, I think it was a nice shot there from the point. However, there was no traffic out in front, no one blocking the goalie's vision. And I think that's been another thing. If you're going to take some shots from the point, get some bodies in the front of the net. Block the goalie's vision. Make sure that they don't have a line of sight on the puck so that it gets into the back of the net, rather.
Offensive zone face-off coming up for Bradley. But one, though, by the Butler Bulldogs. I'll tell you what, one thing that I have been thinking to myself this whole game, and I haven't mentioned this out yet. Look out, here's a chance for Butler off the mask of Wickline. Had to be attentive there to make the save. And Bradley will quickly come the other way as well. Howie will let this one float below the goal line. One thing I was going to mention, Brandon, that I haven't so far is these Butler jerseys are gorgeous.
Oh,
you got the big bulldog on the front. They look very good. Across Morrill, the one-timer, they score. It's Bentley who was right there at the back door, and it's 8-1 Butler.
That is, I believe, Bentley's second goal of the game. Bentley got one in the second period, standing in front of the net. It might have been the tail end of the first period, standing in the front of the net, getting a rebound. But now Luke Bentley with his second goal of the game. Looks like Wickline is down in some distress here.
Yeah, that is not good to see at all.
And
David Crawford may have to come back in this game.
Yeah, he's grabbing his goalie stick, looking like he's coming into the game.
Man, this is not a good sight. I think he might have pulled something when he was sliding across. Brandon, I don't know if that's what you saw, but David Crawford is going to have to come back in this game as Braden Wickline is going to come off with an injury.
Yeah, and you know what? A pretty good showing from Braden Wickline here. His first game. I mean, he's come up with some really timely saves. That save prior to the goal there with the mask, a couple dives across even, making some desperation-like saves. Very great showing from Braden Wickline.
Well, not a good sight to see as Braden Wickline is currently getting attended to over kind of by the Bradley locker room. And, I mean, just not what you want to see at all. You got a guy who has to come in relief without any sort of warm-up. He's playing in his first career game with Bradley, and he has to exit with 6:36 to go in the third. Just not a good situation, and it's one you just have to feel for the kid.
Yeah, you really do. He's put it, like you said, he was put into a tough situation. Ends up getting injured on this 8th goal here. And David Crawford has to come back in after being pulled in the first period after allowing 4 goals. But like we said, you really can't blame the goalie here. A lot of it's just unlucky bounces and a couple of defensive lapses here from the D3 team.
Well, we sure hope Braden Wickline is okay, and I'm sure that we'll hear more about that tomorrow, ideally. Probably not from tonight, but Butler still on the attack here. They're not going to give up just because they have a new goaltender in for Bradley.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. We look at the 2019-2020 series, as you were mentioning before. Butler swept those 2 games. One of them was 10-2, and it seems like we're going to near that score this game as well.
Here's a chance again for Butler. That's Alex Kem. Kept to the line. And Nathan Barney had it there for a moment. This is going to deflect out of play with 5:46 to go in the third period.
Boy, Nathan Barney reminds me of Zdeno Chara, but a right-handed shot. Look at this guy. He can skate. He's got one heck of a shot on him. He is going to be a very good top 2 defenseman for the Butler Bulldogs this season.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I saw the Butler roster, I saw 6'9", 180 for Nathan Barney, and I thought that's got to be a typo. He's got to be more closer to 5'9", but sure enough, here he is, 6'9", almost approaching 6'10", it feels like. I mean, he is a giant out there.
Well, let me tell you, the only reason I believed it is look at my stature, 5'11", 106, soaking wet. Oh, boy.
A little bit difference in size there between you two. Here's Baker now for Bradley. Pushed out of the zone. Smith off of the skate of Baker and handled by the Braves in their defensive end. 5 minutes to go here in what's been a dominant effort tonight from the Butler Bulldogs. They led within the first 25 seconds of this game, and they've done it ever since. Regal will hold on to it at the line before it was stripped away. And here's Dones, hot into the zone and quickly thwarted by the Bradley defense. Shoved in by Ethan Rich, wearing Zach Pierce's number 97. Again, the jersey issue is why you're seeing some D2 numbers and names out there. And hopefully they'll get that squared away for next weekend.
Yeah, most definitely. Don't want none of that confusion continuing, and you hope that, I mean, for me, a big sense of being a part of a team is having your own jersey. So, I mean, it'd be a good feel for the freshmen to get their own jerseys on and play with their names on the back as well.
Up it goes to the wall. That's Rich. And taken a hold of by Butler here as we wind down this third period of play. Again, rematch at 1 o'clock here tomorrow at the Owens Center. If you're in the Peoria area, definitely recommend coming and watching. And if you are not in the Peoria area, and for example, the Butler fans perhaps watching at home, we'll have it right here for you on the Bradley Hockey Network tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Penalty coming up here against Butler. Bradley will move it out of the zone as it goes back down. We'll get the touch and the whistle and the penalty.
Yeah, another penalty for Butler late in the game. I think Bradley is doing a great job of using their emotions and their physicality to draw penalties from Butler. And we're seeing another power play opportunity here for Bradley. It'd be nice to see them convert on one as they've gone 0 for tonight.
2 minutes for roughing to Dylan Paulsell. And again, you mentioned, who knows? You know, if you get a goal here, maybe it just gives you some life heading into tomorrow's contest.
Yeah, momentum stays with you. Especially if you have a game tomorrow. You use that momentum, carry it into the next game tomorrow, get off to a good start. Definitely don't want to miss this game tomorrow. It's going to be another exciting one, another physical game as well.
Cleared down by Butler. 1:40 to go on the power play for Bradley as Baker picks it up. I don't have the official listing for Ethan Baker in terms of his size, but he's got to be up near the 6'4", 6'5" range as well for Bradley.
That's exactly what I was thinking. He's a big kid, but he is one of those guys that you can count on to score and produce.
Baker playing catch with Jared Honda here at the hash marks. Down low now. And penalty coming up here. This is going to be against Butler. We'll have a 5-on-3 for the Braves. Honda lost it between the skates. It goes down. Crawford's going to come out, and oh, you better be careful there, Ethan Baker. Nearly letting that one slide a little too close.
Yeah, don't want another Patrick Kane situation against Edmonton that one time.
My goodness, that was something. I remember that. I was about 7 years old when that happened, and just one of the bizarre situations. Or no, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of the Patrick Stefan goal.
You are oh my goodness, the empty netter.
Yes, but I do know the Kane goal you're referencing, and I'm sure maybe we have some Blackhawks fans on board. I do remember that. It went all the way down on the delayed penalty kill.
Yeah, I don't remember who was the defenseman that tried chasing after, whether it was Keith or whether it was the year we had Brent Sopel. But they ended up sliding into the net, creating a little bit of a funnier situation there.
So Bradley will have a 5-on-3 here for 59 seconds, and then it will be another power play for Bradley, just a 5-on-4 though, for another minute after that.
Yeah, and if you're Bradley, this is a 5-on-3. This is a must-score situation. Like you said earlier, carrying that momentum into the next game is going to be huge for Bradley here. So if they can get on the board and get a second one, I really think they can take that momentum into the next game, get off to a good start, generate some opportunities. If you're Butler and you kill both of these penalties off, and you're really rolling into the next game.
Off the draw, or not the draw, but rather the clear by Bradley. Baker will send it across and over for Hamill. Hamill throws it toward the front. Daniels digging away, loose puck there. Taken back behold by Baker. Baker scrambling to try and figure out where that puck is. Now to the point. Berger launches it, deflected. Rebound just fired wide by Garrett Hamill. That puck is still loose down there below the goal line, and Bradley still has it. Berger trying to keep it in here for Bradley and does. Now here's Daniel, shoots. What a save from Spencer Howie. Best of the night so far.
Flash the leather, Spencer Howie. Zach Daniels has had a couple of handfuls of opportunities. If you remember earlier in the period, he rung it off the post and had a couple open nets, and he could not convert. Risks one from the face-off circle there, and Howie flashes the leather. What a save.
My goodness. Terrific save from him. And I'll tell you what, he hasn't been busy, but he has made terrific saves like that all night long. Cornell will send it across here. And so we're back to a 5-on-4 power play for Bradley, as that puck will skip back to David Crawford with 33 seconds to go.
Now, an interesting coaching decision tomorrow for the Butler coaches. Do you start Spencer Howie on a back-to-back, or do you roll with the freshman Max Crane?
We'll see. From what I was told by head coach Eric Gentry, we're likely going to see Crane tomorrow, but you could certainly make the case that Howie deserves another start after the performance he's had tonight. Again, if you're just joining us, it's been an interesting goaltending carousel for the Braves. They had Crawford start this game. He was pulled for performance reasons after the first period where he allowed 5 goals. Braden Wickline came in. He let up 4 goals as well, but then came out with an injury about halfway through this third period. So who knows if we'll see Braden Wickline tomorrow at all, not sure. Hopefully he's all good and ready to go perhaps later down the road.
Yeah, like you said, not a sight that you want to see Braden Wickline going down with an injury in his first ever game.
Regal bumped off the boards, and that will do it. Butler comes into Peoria and wins it 8-1 over the Bradley Braves. And they dominated this game, Brandon, from start to finish. It just seemed like they were more prepared right out of the gate than Bradley was.
Definitely more prepared, faster than Bradley, getting to those loose pucks and odd man rushes a lot faster than Bradley was. I think really that was the difference. Even with the defense from Bradley, they just weren't fast enough to get back against these against the Butler Bulldogs rather, who had a lot of offensive opportunities.
All right, we will go down to Courtney White, who is waiting down there. And Courtney, tough night for the Braves as they fall 8-1. What were some of your thoughts watching the game from up close?
Yeah, it was definitely a tough loss for the Braves. Some of the promising things is Braden Wickline, freshman goalie. He allowed 4 goals in 2.5 periods of play. He did leave injured early in the third period, but he did end up rejoining the bench back here at the end of the third. I think the Braves just really need to work on their defense, just a little bit more possession, taking a little bit more shots, and they might just have a great season. Thank you. Back up to y'all.
All right. Thank you, Courtney. Appreciate that. And again, the biggest story for me in this game is Braden Wickline, the backup goaltender for Bradley, who had to come out. And, you know, you just hope everything is okay with him. And, I mean, what can you say? It's just bad luck what happened out there tonight for him.
Yeah, and a class act from the Butler Bulldogs. Some of them is stopped in the line and, you know, offered some encouraging words to Braden Wickline, who exited the game. However, given that he rejoined the bench, it is very hopeful, and maybe he just pulled something and it bothered him in the moment.
Well, we sure hope he is okay, but Butler ends up winning this one 8-1 over Bradley. We'll have, again, the rematch for you tomorrow at 1 p.m. right here on the Bradley Hockey Network. Brandon Luisi will be back here providing the color commentary with Mitch Kaminsky on the play-by-play. But once again, want to give a shout-out to our entire crew. Courtney White down at Rinkside, who did a terrific job. Megan Ruger-Smith on camera, who did an amazing job as well. And, of course, you, Brandon Luisi, great job in your commentary debut. I'm excited to have you on board. It's going to be a fun year.
Oh, an amazing year we got ahead of us, and a lot of growth from both the D3 and D2 teams.
Well, that'll wrap things up here from Peoria. Butler wins it by a final of 8-1 over Bradley for our entire crew. I'm Matt Harrington saying so long from the Owens Center.